Hey everyone, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. It's been like genuinely probably a good solid year since I've been on my Facebook page or my YouTube channel. I've just been really focused on myself lately, focused on my job, focused on, building my legacy, my family, my home. And so I haven't been reading, but it's the beginning of a new year and I wanted to do 2023 forecast readings for everybody. I have 3 decks. I've got my trusty Wild Unknown by Kim Cran, and of course the Rider-Waite, which you're all used to. And I bought this new deck yesterday, and it is like a Sailor Jerry tattoo style deck. Kind of reminds me of like an old Italian style deck of playing cards, and I love it. And I saw it in the store, and I'm like, I have to have it. The case was beautiful. So also, while I was out shopping and treating myself, I was in this hippie shop, and I walked across this rack of pendulums, and I used to use pendulums a long time ago, and I haven't used them in a while. I haven't had one in a while, but this one in particular, like, it just jumped out at me, and there were prettier ones with different colors, and I wanted the prettier colored one, but this one in particular was just like, take me home. And I picked it up and it started swinging immediately. So I have this now, and I'm going to include it in my readings, and at the end of each reading you'll be given a chance to ask a yes or no question, and the pendulum will answer it for you. So this reading is for Taurus. So I'm going to be reading the year in quarters, okay? And literally anything that comes to it, whether it has to do with love, family, career, personal growth, spirituality, whatever comes through the cards is what we're going to read, okay? So I'm going to start with this new deck here. So let's get some cards to represent the first quarter of the year for Taurus. This reading is for Taurus. I think that's enough cards. Okay. Okay. So Taurus, I have here the Four of Cups, the Ace of Wands, the Seven of Swords, the Moon in reverse, the Magician in reverse, and the Four of Swords in reverse. Taurus, I kind of feel like you may be suffering a little indecision about an offer or something that is going on in your life that is of significant importance. The Seven of Swords right here, okay, is, or not swords, excuse me, the Seven of Wands, okay? I said swords, I meant wands. The Seven of Wands speaks to feeling a little defensive about what someone has to offer you. Perhaps you feel like the offer is maybe ingenuine. You might have a difficult time understanding the intent in an offer or something someone's giving you, a situation. The Moon in reverse is like, what am I not seeing? Like, you know that there's stuff, underneath the surface that isn't exactly being fully put forth. And so you ask, what's the authenticity behind this? What's the intent? The Magician in reverse as well, with the Moon in reverse. Like, the Magician is a manifester. You might feel like someone's trying to like manifest a little bullshit in your life, perhaps. Okay? It's on the bottom of the deck. The Ten of Pentacles. The Eight of Cups. Temperance. the Five of Swords, the Page of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Five of Cups. Yeah, I feel like you've potentially been deciding whether you might be parting ways with a situation, whether that's in love, business, family, whatever it is. Clearly with the Eight of Cups here, okay? I feel like there is this emotional journey that you're on in this disconnection and kind of looking at the past, but feeling secure and stable enough to do so, especially with the Temperance card here, okay? The Temperance card is here, and I feel like you're feeling defeated. This Five of Wands. There's this element of defeat in a situation in the first quarter of the month. You also may be afraid of losing something that you've had and been attached to for a long time. But the fact is, you have the Nine of Pentacles here, the Ten of Pentacles here. You have plenty of independence. Bear with me a second. Again, the question of someone's authenticity. You question someone's authenticity. There is someone here trying to offer you something here with this Ten of Cups, as well as the Page of Cups, the King of Cups, and the Hermit. However, yeah, stability. Five of Swords. But it seems like, again, you're not sure how to take it. You're kind of in your head. Like, you may have been in your head very recently. You know, the mind will create stories. You don't know if you can trust this person. And so your mind is like thinking of all the possibilities of what could go wrong. And so you're questioning the authenticity of someone here. And it seems to me that with the Ten of Cups, the King of Cups, and the Page of Cups, someone here wants to offer you something genuine. Even with the Hierophant. But I'm wondering if whatever happened here was just a bit too much. The Ten of Swords, Justice, the Fool, moving forward, the Page of Swords, the Queen of Swords, the Six of Swords, and the Nine of Wands. You are really indecisive. You're not sure how to take this or what you want from it, but you're feeling guarded. That's 100% sure. Okay? That is what is going on in this first quarter of the year, and this perhaps may go back and forth for a while until you find some balance here. But I think the key is focusing on yourself and on your passions and where you were going in the first place with that. You were focused on yourself, and I think that's key. Like, maybe you don't have to make a decision about anything. Just focus on yourself. Let's look at the second quarter of the year for Taurus. Second quarter, the Five of Cups. Five of Cups also came up in the first quarter. That is very much like emotionally realizing like some of your cups have flipped over and spilt over. Okay, but you have other cups. With it comes this need to persevere and carry on. Ace of Pentacles in a new direction. right? Yeah. Okay. The world, the star. This speaks to the end of a cycle and the rebirth into something new, a new offer, a new way, a new path. Choosing to carry on and leave what is in the past in the past. It's hard. It's not easy. But you've been indecisive all along. You've been decisive for the first quarter. Whoa, too much. I'm going to take the one that flipped up. The Six of Swords. That is deliberately choosing to move on from what no longer serves you, whether it's in love, business, relationships, passions, habits. The Ten of Wands. Remember I talked earlier in the first quarter about being focused on yourself. Well, that's being focused on your work, focused on your passion. Focus on self-progression. Seven of Cups, Ten of Cups. Nine of Swords. Whoops. Queen of Swords. Two of Wands, Three of Cups, and the Knight of Swords. You may come to realize in the second quarter of the year, Taurus, that you may very well walk away from something that was no longer serving you. And as not easy as it is, I think you've experienced enough in your life to know what fits and what doesn't. On one hand, a lot of these cards here seem really significant, like the Star card and the World card and the Ace of Pentacles, like a new beginning. Like, these are paramount, okay? But it seems like your reaction to this very paramount thing is like not proportional to like what a big event it is. And I think it's because come into the second quarter of the year, you already knew a long time ago what needed to happen back in the first quarter and why it wasn't working and why you were indecisive and why your gut was telling you, you know, something's not right here. There will be grief with it. However, in order for new stuff to flow in, it's up to you to make a choice to disconnect from the old stuff. In the second quarter, look at this. Queen of Swords, or Queen of Wands, Six of Wands, the Sun, and the King of Wands. Who is this? Who is this? It's interesting because the Wands speak to business, and maybe this is where your focus is going to go. There's going to be success here and recognition. I think it's because there's going to be a decision to disconnect and move forward. Maybe you are really going to get focused on yourself and balancing your masculine and your feminine in your workspace, in your passions, working on your own happiness. And then on the other hand, if you let go of the past, you may be opening a portal for something wonderful to come in. This would be a power couple. Power couple. Okay? This is like, think of a power couple. I don't know. Kate Middleton and Prince William. Okay? Power couple style. Right? Doing good deeds, raising for charities, getting out there, doing the work, making a name for themselves. Self-made people. Self-made people. Yeah, there may be some big time messages coming in about your work in the second quarter. You may be getting a promotion, a raise. Hello, kitty. Okay, something big is coming in here, and I feel like there's going to be people or a person who wants to partner up with you in some way. I think that's huge. Yeah, Judgment on the bottom of the deck. Okay. Let's look at the third quarter. Let's look at the third quarter. The Three of Pentacles. Whoops. The Three of Pentacles. The Five of Wands. The Eight of Swords. Let's clarify. I really need to clarify that. That's an array of objectives, emotions, and perspectives. I feel like that wants to come out too. The Empress. The Lovers. The Magician. And Justice. That is such an interesting lineup. I kind of feel like I don't want to say it yet, but just like when you think all hope is gone, like you may get to the end of the second quarter and be like, oh my God, like what is it happening? Like just when you think all hope is gone, and you might be in your mind about it, something insanely good is going to come in. You may be manifesting somebody into your life. Also based on the Three of Pentacles and foundations. But there's conflict. It seems like there's conflict around this connection. It seems like there is a manifestation of a connection, you realizing your full potential in the Empress state. Karmic justice coming through. The Magician is manifesting the Love card. Or is love manifesting justice? There was this partnership coming down in the bottom. What is it about? And why is there conflict around it? What is it about? It's about your future. It is about your future. Seven of Wands. This is very interesting. The Moon. There is something concealed about the future here. And yet there's all of this karmic stuff. Like you got 4 major arcana in a row. The Empress, the Lovers, the Magician, and Justice. Excuse me, 5, the Star, and 6, the Moon. Something big is going to happen in the third quarter. And it might have to do with a partnership or an alignment or an alliance. But there's some conflict around it, but it's huge. It's huge. Why? What is it? Maybe people don't understand it. What is it? The Five of Cups. The Nine of Cups. The Devil. Strength. And the Ten of Wands. Your emotions could very well be tested in the third quarter for sure. But I get this element of like having to give up something to have something better. Yeah, like moving on to something else with the Three of Wands and then the Tower. And then the World coming full circle. So like this Tower moment might not be easy. It might be a very difficult decision, and it's possibly something that you initiate, or it's something that universe initiates for your betterment. But like I said, moving on from something with this Six of Swords here. Holy geez, the Three of Swords, the Nine of Swords, the Two of Cups, there's this emotional relationship manifestation happening here, but there's a lot going on under the scenes that you might be unaware of. Tip for the third quarter, be aware of unhealthy attachment to people, things, places. You may have to part with something, and it doesn't seem like it's easy, but it ends with the Two of Cups and the Four of Wands underneath and the Knight of Cups. One thing for another. I kind of like, that's what it feels like. But let's read the fourth quarter. I'm going to combine all three decks now to read the fourth quarter because I don't have a fourth deck. What is going on in the fourth quarter? The King of Swords, the Star card. So that Star card has come up 3 times now. Some big things about your future, okay? This could have a lot to do with the relationships you manifest around your work. Okay, collaboration. This is the Three of Cups. And you have the Three of Cups in the second quarter as well. What is happening here in the fourth quarter? The Queen of Wands. The Seven of Swords. The Seven of Cups. I just want to get more clarity on this because the Page of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, King of Cups, Ten of Swords. Strength. Ace of Cups, Three of Pentacles again. There's a lot of like this breakdown and restructure and this breakdown and restructure, and I compare that from the Tower to the Three of Pentacles. The Ace of Cups is an offer coming in. It's going to be a big year for you, Taurus. The Page of Wands, the Tower again, okay? Perspective is going to be everything, but look, I would be very careful who you do business with at the end, the second half of 2023. Make sure that you are reading all of the fine print. If you get any contracts, take it to your attorney, have it reviewed. You can take it to a legal clinic and they'll review it for you. Not giving legal advice, and just saying there's a lot here that has to do with potential betrayal or severance of good ties over business if you're not careful. And also be careful how you play the relationships and the dynamics within your work. This is also going to be very important. Final message on the last quarter. You may choose to move on from something. And I don't know if the reason is going to be a person, a relationship. It doesn't have to be. You can change this at any time. Stay focused on yourself. You know, study, follow good business practice. Don't mix business and pleasure. Don't mix business and pleasure here. Like, if you start seeing red tape and red flags, you know, halfway into the year and on, like, pay attention to that. The Hanged Man, the Queen of Cups. Make sure that whatever energy you're giving out is being reciprocated. The Chariot. Don't lose focus. Knight of Swords. Don't lose focus at the end of the year. Focus on yourself. Last two cards. Sixes are about balance. Six of Wands and Six of Cups. Where are your roots? I feel like the second half of the year, you're kind of getting lost in the sauce, and you need to come back to yourself, and you need to come back to your roots and what's good for you, okay? You know what's good for you. Don't get caught up in the hype of something. I feel like I'm supposed to say that. Don't get caught up in the hype. Have your contracts reviewed. Don't sign anything right away. Always review it. Take a week. Who cares? I also feel like I want to tell you that what happened in the beginning of the year, you may choose to part ways with someone, but I feel like you're supposed to know that they want to change and constantly working on themselves. Whatever happened was detrimental. But I think sometimes when people make mistakes, they also learn from them. Not everybody, but some people. Just want to see something. Like, I feel like you're going to need a friend at the end of the year, okay? So, Page of Pentacles, the Chariot, Queen of Pentacles, and Ace of Cups. They're sorry. You just need to know that. All right, let's move on to the pendulum. Okay, so you get to ask a yes or no question. Basically, I'm going to hold it as still as I possibly can. Like, I don't move this thing. It moves itself. Okay, so when it starts swaying, if you see my hand going like this, it's because the momentum's actually like moving my hand. Here we go. Okay, so I ask it to stay perfectly still. It can stop. So you can go ahead and ask your question, focus on it, and then the pendulum will do the rest. And here we go. Focus on your question. Side to side across my hand means yes. And this counterclockwise motion, this is no. This is how it symbolizes no. And it'll just keep taking momentum. It'll just keep going. I can even ask it to stop. Get it to stop. It'll start to slow down. That's what it'll do. I'll ask it to stop. It'll slow down. Just like that. So the answer to your question is no. Anyway, Taurus, I hope you really enjoyed this reading. I'll see you when I see you. Still working on me, still doing my thing. But hey, if you want a personal reading, don't be afraid to reach out and ask. I will do my best to make time. All right? Take care. Happy New Year.